Hey guys, Coach Jonny Carter with the Chicago Fire have another English Premier League opinions piece for world-class coaching. Of course, no Premier League games going on at the moment, not much football going on at all, but we do have some international friendlies. For me, I'm not the biggest fan of these things, but that's not what my conversation is about. What I've done is I've taken a look at the England team sheet. So this is the game against Italy. I've taken the team sheet. I'm going to make some comments, but this is prior to the game taking place. So I've got the team sheet. I've made the video. Then you guys can go and see the game. Then you'll see my video and we can have a conversation about my thoughts prior to the game and what actually happened in the game. I'm kind of confused by Gareth Southgate and his squad selection. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Just a couple of things. Let's maybe start from the back. Still unsure about a goalkeeper. We have, well, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 guys in the frame. No real standout option. But I think he's got to decide. I think he's got to choose and make a decision. And it surprises me that so close to the start of the tournament, within 100 days now, not many games, not much time in between, that he hasn't kind of settled down on some of these options. One of them being the goalkeeper. We then go into the centre of defence. Again, one of the options I'm still not convinced about from Gareth Southgate is what formation is he going to play. So in this Italy game, it looks like he's going to play with a 3-man defensive group. So 3 central defenders. Well, Gary Cahill's not in the squad. Smalling's not in the squad. Phil Jones may be injured, so he's not there either. But Cahill and Smalling are the most experienced guys that they've got. Now, granted, Cahill is not playing for Chelsea, I understand this, or not playing much. Smalling is playing a lot for Manchester United, even though I don't think either of these players are top-notch Premier League players and certainly not international quality, well, if you're thinking about going to the sharp end of the World Cup. But I'm not sure who else they've got. John Stones doesn't really play for Manchester City at the moment. Maguire, I think, is maybe the next most experienced guy, but again, not really playing Champions League or any European football with Leicester. So now you're starting to draft in guys like Tarkowski and Alfie Mawson at Swansea. I just don't understand how these are the best options out there. I don't think Smalling and I don't think Cahill are fantastic players, but I think this close to the tournament, that level of experience is probably where I would go. And if Southgate has decided that those guys are already in and he's just having a look at some of these other players, I don't understand that. I'm thinking that I would like to start to settle down my pairs, my groups, and my formation and get some training in, some practice in ahead of the tournament because there's not much time left. Out of those 3 central defenders, one of them is not a central defender at all. In fact, it's not even a defensive-minded fullback. You've got Kyle Walker in there, assuming that's where he plays. You can never quite tell. Kyle Walker is just this very progressive attacking fullback, not a central defender. Certainly in a 3-man group, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We'll see how he goes. Kieran Trippier, I think, is going to play in the right wing-back position, and now that causes a problem, no left-footer to play in the left wing-back position. Ashley Young makes the squad. Again, odd decision, but at least he's carrying in a little bit of form from Manchester United this season. So it probably makes sense that he would go at the left wing-back position. Or is he going to play him somewhere else? I'm not quite sure. So we'll see how that works on. Again, not a very balanced defensive group for me. Dyer in that holding a role in the centre of defence, centre of defensive midfield. I understand that, but I still would like to see a little bit more dynamism from him. He does the role very well, but I would just like to see a little bit more from him. But I think at least he'll do a job. Ahead of that, I'm not quite sure how it's going to shape up. Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to be in there somewhere. I don't really see him as an attacking threat. And then up top, I mean, what have you got? You've got Vardy in there. You've got Jesse Lingard to fit in somewhere. I'm not quite sure. So it's quite interesting to see how it's going to go. Most of all, the thing that I'm most interested in is to see what this formation is going to look like, see how that defensive shape is going to look, because right now I'm a little bit confused by the personnel that Southgate is picking. I'm a little confused by the system of play that he's trying to choose, and I'm a little confused by his timings. Why this close to a tournament we wouldn't start to try and settle down on some pairs and groups, but still experimenting. So, like I say, these are some of my thoughts prior to the game. We'll now go away and watch the game, and we'll see if, I don't know, my reservations, my confusions are correct, or if Gareth Southgate actually does have a plan here, because I'm not convinced. So, thanks very much for listening, guys. Enjoy the game, and we'll catch up soon. All right, bye now.